Coming up on Mountain News this morning, officials with Kentucky Fish and Wildlife investigate a death at a lake here in our region. And one Kentucky man is facing charges after leading police on an unusual sort of chase.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. The time is 5:32 a.m. I'm Keaton Hall. Dakota Makris is off this morning. Let's throw it over to Brandon for our look at the weather.
Well, the forecast this morning, Mr. Hall, looks okay. It's not too bad. A little foggy out there in spots, but overall a little bit less cloud cover than we saw at times yesterday afternoon. Not too much showing up here on satellite and radar the last few hours. We did have a couple of spotty showers yesterday across parts of the region. Some of the cooler spots, Clintwood at 58, Wise at 61. See if there's anybody else there. Low 60, 63 Hazard, 63 Harlan, Monticello, and Irvin this morning. On the other end, 68 in Jackson right now. Temperature change up a little bit for most locations except for Prestonsburg and Ashland, down 2 and 4 degrees respectively. Moorhead, Pikeville, Hazard, Somerset, and Williamsburg all at where they were this time yesterday exactly. 87 this afternoon. Again, the heat of the day. Can't rule out a pop-up shower or storm. Sunset tonight, 8:54. Keaton?
Thank you, Brandon. Kentucky Fish and Wildlife officers are investigating what led to the death of a man whose body was found in Carr Creek Lake in Knott County. WYMT's Dakota Makris explains how officers conduct these kinds of investigations and what you can do to stay safe while in the water.
The Knott County Coroner's Office was called to Carr Creek Lake Wednesday evening. Coroner Corey Watson says 58-year-old David M. Chadwell Jr. of London was found dead in the water. He says it appears the man drowned.
So with drownings, we're not there. We don't get there really quick. So it's very important for us to follow up with interviews, witness statements.
Sergeant Daniel Richardson with Kentucky Fish and Wildlife says they approach each suspected drowning as a death investigation, saying they wait until all evidence is in before determining the cause of death.
By the time we get the call, the person's already removed from the water and the scene is no longer there. So we have to do a lot of follow-up investigation.
Experts say drowning is silent, meaning you may not know someone drowned because they do not always yell for help.
A lot of times we find our victims in shallow water where they've had a medical condition, heart attack, they've overexerted themselves.
Experts say if you are out on the water, using the buddy system can help prevent potential drownings.
A lot of times the causes of what makes you drown is you don't even see those, like maybe something under the water, like vegetation, or maybe a rock. You dove in and you hit a rock.
And make sure you wear a life jacket or have one nearby if you are near or on the water. In Knott County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials add that the completion of a death investigation like this one could take anywhere from 1 month to 6. A former educator charged with child sex crimes appeared in court on Thursday. April Bradford, the assistant principal at South Floyd Elementary School, faces 19 charges, including unlawful transaction with a minor and sodomy. She was arrested back in June but posted bond 2 days later. Yesterday, she pleaded not guilty.
Ms. Bradford, I want to accept your not guilty plea. I want to set this matter for October the 20th, 2022 at 9 a.m.
Judge Johnny Ray Harris has ordered her not to contact the 2 alleged victims, including on social media. She also has to stay at least 1,000 feet away from them. An investigation into the alleged crimes began back in January. Superintendent of Floyd County Schools Anna Shepard says Bradford was suspended immediately once the district learned about the investigation and is not allowed on any school district property. In Clay County, a man is in custody for illegally cutting down trees. Clay County deputies say 27-year-old Timothy Rodriguez was arrested on private property while they say he was cutting down someone's trees. He's charged with theft, criminal trespassing, and menacing. He was taken to the Clay County Detention Center. Madison County man is facing a bevy of charges after leading police on a chase that involved neither a car or a highway. Police say they tried to question Jared Werrell at a nearby gas station, but he took off on his tractor almost immediately, almost running over an officer. They say he also almost ran over several people on a bike and scared a 12-year-old playing golf. He was eventually arrested at a golf course. A man who witnessed part of the chase had this to say about the situation.
A crazy sight, a tractor being chased by police on the walking trail behind my house here. All I could think was I need to get myself out of the way. I need to get my son out of the way.
Worrell is facing 8 different charges, including wanton endangerment, resisting arrest, and criminal mischief. An Eastern Kentucky Police Department is asking for some financial help. Looking for a canine to strengthen the police department, the Cumberland Police Department is taking donations. This would be the first canine for the department, and it would play an important role. Cumberland PD Sergeant Kaner Cottle says the canine will be able to complete missions that a human could not.
It's part of the department. You know, there's a dog can do a lot of things that we can't do. You know, we can't sniff out drugs like they can. You know, they've been proven over and over again to be a very useful part of the police departments.
You can make a donation towards the canine unit at the Cumberland City Hall by writing a check to the police department. Sergeant Cottle also says they plan to create a link online for people to donate. The last surviving World War II Medal of Honor recipient, Herschel Woody Williams, lied in honor at the U.S. Capitol yesterday. He died last month in a Wayne County, West Virginia center, which bears his name. The medal awarded by President Harry Truman was for his heroic efforts in Iwo Jima. He used a flamethrower to attack Japanese troops as U.S. forces came under heavy machine gun fire. Even after 2 decades as a Marine, Williams continued helping fellow veterans and launching a foundation to support Gold Star families.
He made giving back a lifelong mission, giving back to his brothers in arms, giving back to generations of servicemen and women.
With Woody's passing, we have lost a deeply selfless American and a vital link to our nation's greatest generation.
Woody's wish to lie in honor at the Capitol was not solely for him, but for other World War II veterans. He was 98 years old. The Levitt AMP music series in Whitesburg kicked off yet another performance Thursday evening. WYMT's Jordan Mullins was there to talk about the last night's show and the impact on the community.
The 7th of 10 Levitt AMP shows kicked off Thursday evening in Whitesburg, bringing the entire community together with a farmer's market.
We want everybody to be here and to enjoy and to commiserate together, to come in together as a community and appreciate each other and learn about each other and get to know each other.
Plenty of local musicians.
It's amazing how many amazing musicians are from this area. My favorite line for the Levitt folks are, you can't swing a cat in Whitesburg without hitting a banjo player upside the head. We're overrun with great musicianship in this area.
And headlining acts such as Sista La La. Using music as ministry.
I love the fact that people are using music as ministry because music has so many healing properties. We use music all the time in our lives to help us get through situations.
And medicine for the body and mind.
You can just kind of sit back, relax, and enjoy the fresh air, community, and music. On top of that, I mean, this is a great dose of medicine. Thursday night, take your Thursday night pill and
inviting the entire community for a night of fellowship and good times. In Whitesburg, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
There are also Levitt AMP locations in Middlesboro and Berea, and 3 more Thursday evening shows coming up in Whitesburg. You can find times and information for those on our website, WYMT.com. Just ahead this morning, a toy company partners with a major newspaper to give people a new way to play one of the most popular word games. That's on the way next.
Rain chances stay minimal the next couple of days. The forecast turn toward the soggy as we head toward the end of the weekend. I'll have it for you in just about 3 minutes.